In this video, I want to say a few more words about cancer treatment and the mind, and why the mind, your mind, and your mental faculties as a patient going through medical treatment, why they are so important, even crucial for you to get the best possible outcome from your treatment, and possibly living the rest of your life cancer-free. Now, I've said some of this before in previous videos and more extensively in my book, The New Cancer Paradigm, but a few of you have reached out and asked me to make this important topic a little bit more digestible, so here we are. And thankfully, we really don't have to start from the beginning. And by that I mean that nowadays it is evidence-based that our mind and body are interconnected, that our mind impacts our biology, and that our mental faculties, such as imagination and perception, such as reason and willpower, just to name a few, they do in fact produce an effect within our bodies. Mostly though, without our conscious participation, if you will, right? When you think about your digestion, for example, or your body temperature, your heartbeat, all these biological processes take place without our conscious participation. And that's because they are governed by our mind, and more specifically, a part of our mind we call the subconscious mind. For the sake of keeping this video short or somewhat short, what you need to know is that our focus is on the subconscious mind because, as I've said earlier, it governs many of our bodily function, and that means the functioning of the all-powerful immune system that is innate within each and every one of us. It's the very same immune system that throughout our lives have helped us heal our scrapes and wounds and fight infections and illnesses, even mend broken bones. And when we recognize that, we can understand why it is absolutely vital that our immune system should function at an optimal level if we are to win over cancer and restore our state of health, right? Now, I just mentioned that the premise for this work is evidence-based. What I mean by that is that it's grounded in a field of scientific study called psychoneuroimmunology. Psychoneuroimmunology, and you can look that word up for yourself, it's all available online. It's a field of scientific study that investigates the correlation between certain mental and psychological patterns, like stress, helplessness, and hopelessness, and the functioning of our immune system via the central nervous system. We know, of course, that our immune system is a crucial component in cancer treatment because medicine makes tremendous effort to hack our immune system with various drugs to elicit and amplify its capacity. It's called immunotherapy. Hopefully, one day pharma will be able to distill the perfect drug, if you will, and eliminate cancer from our lives altogether. But until that happens, it's really on us to learn what we can do individually to harness or enhance the power of this innate immune response within us. Now, I've been helping clients do this for over 20 years now, teach them how to mobilize their mind to revive this innate immune response so they can get a better outcome and not only get through treatment, but actually thrive during treatment. And if you're currently in treatment yourself, medical treatment that is, and the idea of playing a more significant role in your own healing and recovery resonates with you, then just know that you can do the very same. The premise for this idea and methodology, as I've said, is scientific. But what's really missing, at least for many of my clients, what's really missing for them is understanding the path of how the mind does impact our biology. So I'm going to do that, offer you a glimpse or help you understand in a nutshell how this works. And this diagram that you see in front of you was created by Dr. Fleet, the founder of Concept Therapy, and it's here to help us understand the process or make it a little bit more tangible. At least for me, I understand things better when they're right in front of me in a visual way. So hopefully this will be the case for you as well. So let's dive in. The antennas that you see on top of this stick figure represent our five senses. Touch, smell, sight, hearing, and taste. Our senses, of course, are how we experience the world around us. The input we gather through our senses is received by our conscious thinking mind, which in turn produce a thought process that will be impressed upon the subconscious mind and will produce an emotion which we will feel in our body and will likely generate some kind of action. For example, if we see a lion approaching us, right, and we can hear the lion roar, we can see it moving toward us, that input from our senses will be received by our conscious mind and will very likely produce a thought process suggesting danger or threat of some kind, right? Now, these thoughts of danger and threat, when impressed upon the subconscious mind, they will produce the emotion of fear or stress. And the emotion of fear and stress will be experienced in our body in an unmistakable way. Sweating, heart palpitation, shortness of breath, tension in our muscles. Now, these various physical reactions that we experience in our body, they're the product of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol that our brain produces in response to the input from our senses, right? An input that our thoughts and emotions confirmed. So essentially what we're talking about is the impact of mental input, emotional states, and the trigger of our biology in response to our senses. And this pathway from conscious to subconscious to physical is the very same pathway my clients get to tap into so they can break free from stress and trauma and helplessness and hopelessness. And you can do the same. The goal here is to resolve these mental and emotional states that we know through research weigh heavy on the functioning of our immune system, so it can perk up and do what it's designed to do, which is to identify and eliminate any abnormalities in the blood. It's been doing this from the beginning, well, day one, if you will. So that's what we're aiming for, enhancing the functioning of our immune system by addressing the mind, because cancer is a whole person event, as you well know. So the remedy should be as well. And if this message resonates with you, if you're looking for a more tangible, maybe more goal-oriented way for you to play a more significant role in your own healing and recovery, you may want to learn about the Mindful Remission online program and some of my in-person programs. And I will leave the links to these programs and the information in the video description below. So you can find out for yourself whether or not these kind of options and programs are a good fit for you. Maybe they resonate with you as well. The message or the thought that I want to leave you with is that this cancer journey is not a journey that we want to take on alone, on our own. Our lives are just too important. And in the past, whenever we wanted to really get good at something, or whether it was tying our shoes or playing sports or musical instruments, if you will, or even acquiring knowledge of a profession, we needed guidance. We needed information, support, accountability. And that's what this work can offer you. Okay? So that's all I have to say for now. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I look forward to speaking with you and supporting you. Consultations are free and to the point, and I encourage you to take advantage of that. Thank you for watching.